fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. You mean the switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's alright, but the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. Question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound and the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, the possibility had been erased. Scars that the SL9 incident left behind. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. Their first case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. Highest honor, you don't mean being a prosecutor's. Not that again. It's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. Wait. He said he was 27, and that was 2 years ago. You're 33, so yeah, you're the older brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, I was on the same day as. That's right. It's the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was dizzying that morning. By nightfall, there was thunder. Oh, drizzling, not dizzying. Can't believe 2 years have gone by already. Tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered. And the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Our detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. The star was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. But Detective Goodman, if they did something to him too, commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be obvious. Hey? What are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gann and Lana Sky. What was that? Chief Damon Gann and something, Lana Sky. I decided I'm like reading these and then talking otherwise because this is kind of like a testimony type thing. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. Never found out. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. My story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. It's one thing for sure I found out in court today. Boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He's the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. Someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. Someone is Damon Gann. You don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. Won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. You can become a real scientific investigator. Adios. Okay. Yeah, this place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. Soon everyone's busy solving crimes. We're looking for the others. They're all in conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to me. The chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention, and our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. We'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just head across the hall to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, our police officer. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Oh, what are we waiting for? Wait, really? Okay, that's funny. Like, really? An organ? Whoa, where am I? Chief Prosecutor. The chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bah. Thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. I never could remember where C was. Chief again. Put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Mr. Wright, have you been... What is it with him and swimming? Provocative statement. Oh, you mean the forged evidence. My, how time flies. Don't really like that big picture on the wall over there. Picture of Lana, Neil, and me. This is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Wait. So this, if we compare it, it's broken here up. Like it's broken off. It's a shield with a knife in the picture on the top screen. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm gonna lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, this office. It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? Case it has long since been over. There's no more need to investigate it. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. Seems that case isn't over with yet, after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. Means there must be a reason he didn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? Uh-huh. Must be a way to get in there. Let's go to criminal affairs. Hey pal, Detective Gumshoe. Were you in a meeting? Was taking a breather. My feet hurt. I'm sitting so long in the meeting? Actually, I had to serve everyone coffee. So, loop. Say, have either of you seen Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? You're fired from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like something serious. That sounds serious. What my sister said. It's basically what it all boils down to. Falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Edgeworth is the whole world after his blood. Okay, let's talk. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence he presents in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. Those who don't like him haven't been able to do anything because of his amazing talents as a prosecutor. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth only had that, but he's young. There's no something recipe better for making enemies, something like that. Hey Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay? Yes, sir. Seems you don't have any problem with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. So I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. What did you find out anything? Only that the only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Me. When he left the most incriminating evidence at all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Look, it's all written somewhere in here. Let's take a look. Also, we're on our 4th page of evidence. Not much. Like we've already read it. His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. So, the knife? Don't tell me that's tag attached with the label SL9 on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you going to do with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. The day Detective Goodman was murdered, it suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what the incriminating piece of evidence was. You showed me that knife. It all came back to me. Oh my god. Before you forget again. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. What made him take to serial killing? One day, on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. His car? So, it was an accident? Accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. He killed a man that witnessed the accident, and he killed a lady who saw it the second time. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. A jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems like he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all just conjecture. It wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. Crime was witnessed by someone too, but fortunately, he was arrested on the spot. Good thing that last witness wasn't... You don't know what you're saying, don't you? This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it and had his fingerprints on it too. No one actually witnessed him use it. Excuse me. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? It's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look at it. Yeah, well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. Squid did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body.